portion of the program is brought to you by NCA National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. It's cold outside, boys. It's cold outside. Did you know that? Of course you do, Bell.
That's why we're doing Chap-Ass reports.
That's right. We got to always do them.
When the weather weathers, we weather the storm, bringing you fast and accurate Chap-Ass reports with the weather wizard, Ken Weaver. Now it's time for the Chap-Ass report. Tell us about the Chapin' Ken Chap-Ass report.
Well, there's a lot of chapped asses out there, that is for sure. Not only from the cold, but they're angry that their electricity has not been restored and the weather is not cooperating. We could get to 33 today, but with this cloud cover, I don't know. It says it's mostly cloudy right now. I've seen some sun out there today, which helps with the melting, but we need for the clouds to go away, and we need to get above freezing by more than just 1 degree.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 33 for the high possible today, but already this time of year, the sun's already getting lower. We may have missed that opportunity. Fingers crossed that we haven't. But tomorrow is looking more promising. However, drivers in the morning, you need to be aware there could be some patchy fog. And with it being 13 degrees overnight, that fog could freeze. And that's no bueno, especially on the roads. So, but after all that burns off tomorrow, we could be partly sunny with a high of 39 tomorrow. That's a lot of melting. It's going to be amazing how much better 39 degrees feels than where we're at right now and have been.
Yes.
And 39 degrees is not a picnic by any means in most circumstances. But then Thursday night, we're back down to 22. Friday, we could see some snow showers before noon. Snow showers before noon on Friday, only a 20% chance. The high only 34. Then Friday night, continued 20% chance of snow showers, and we get down to 11 degrees. Only up to 21 on Saturday, down to 8 Saturday night, only up to 29 on Sunday, 14 degrees Sunday night, but back up to 39 with partly sunny skies on Monday.
So what you're saying is beach weather.
Yeah.
What kind of flip-flops am I wearing? Am I wearing my regular old, I'm going to the beach, got my flip-flops on, kick them off, go jump in the water? Or is it the Ugg boots?
I think you just go barefoot.
Barefoot it is. I could do that. It is, it's going to be interesting, man. Because the way that this cyclone bomb, they're calling it, it could turn a little bit. We might get some on Friday, but the following week we could get some more. But like you say, man, we need the sunshine to start to melt some of this stuff, because that's the big thing is in the snow. It's the ice. Ice, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, there was very little of the quote-unquote pretty snow in Murfreesboro before it turned into ice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is even outside, they've kind of done our driveway. They've moved the snow. You wouldn't know this, Bell, because your car is still stuck at your house because of the whole live wire. But they got all the snow and stuff.
NES.
Yeah. They got all the snow. Then they piled it. It's not going anywhere. But it's the ice still. That's the thing. And the down trees. And that's why Governor Lee doing what he did was a smart thing. But NES is becoming a national story of how not to do
why you
something.
should be embarrassed for not functioning properly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is, you got people that are really, really struggling out there. We've got several listeners. It's like they're going on 80 hours without power, and they're lucky. We've had a few listeners who are really in serious trouble. They have nothing. They're running out of food. They're running out of heat. That's the big thing, the heat. Right? What did you say earlier, Ken? There was some guy that survived because of his dogs?
Yeah, he called Murphy's show yesterday and said, had it not been, for his dogs, bundling up with his dogs, he may be a goner. Here's something. NES has been stuck today since I came on at 11 o'clock today. NES has been stuck around the 110,000 to 106,000 outages, and it's just kind of fluctuating. And now it's back up to 108,000 outages. until today, there has been steady number of outages dropping, but that's not happening today. That may have something to do with Governor Lee's executive order that apparently maybe, some of these areas that they needed to get to, they were just unable to clear. Local governments apparently were unable to clear. Now you've got TDOT coming to the rescue, and hopefully that speeds this up, because that's what the executive order is supposed to do. Allow these big TDOT trucks to go into these county and local roads to start clearing the way for these 900 line crews that NES says they have working today.
I wonder if those are crews that, jumped over here after, because, some of the other ones you were talking about earlier, they don't have that many power outages left. Some of them had more crews than NES to start with.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee Electric is down to 253 outages. Out of, I think at the peak they were around 18,000 outages. They're down to 253. Dixon Electric looks like it's down to, maybe 1,000, a little bit more than 1,000. Let's see. Duck River. Duck River's down to only about, less than 200, it looks like. Columbia Power and Water, they're down to, it looks like, less than 100. And I know that doesn't, I'm sure that does not make the Nashville Electric Service customers happy. And I don't know if you can compare NES to these other companies. But
it wouldn't be fair because the other companies are more efficient.
Well, they also, some of the companies we were talking about, they had way more, linemen and crews ready to roll, which is kind of shocking that you didn't prepare for this.
Yeah, yesterday the NES Brent Baker was, there was a cut that Channel 4 was running that, whenever the storm hit, they were under the impression or under the belief that what's happening in Davidson County was actually going to happen in the western part of the county, southwestern part of the county, but it did not.
Yeah.
It happened here.
And the frustration, several of you are chiming in on how frustrated you are because you're still without power and you feel like, what is going on? And then I was watching some stuff last night where they got power across the street, but on one side of the street they have no power. And they may not get power for days.
Yeah, Channel 4 was running a story where apparently NES customers were getting messages that their power has been restored. Then they go home and their power is not restored.
Oh.
So that's a whole other issue.
They didn't say for how long it was going to be restored,
right,
did they?
Right. They didn't say how long, just that it had been restored.
Wasn't it Sally that was saying her power came on for like 1 minute?
1 minute.
Another transformer blew, and they had already bolted from the neighborhood?
Yeah. And you were saying, Ken, at the beginning of the week that they had, they were driving away in many cases, and then the power would go out again. They got to turn around and go back. And
yeah, that was happening to Middle Tennessee Electric.
Yeah.
They would get, they would repair whatever was broken, and then in the rearview mirror, they're looking and another tree is falling and damaging what they just repaired.
Wow. 7706 says, my daughter's in Whites Creek on Drive Fork Road. 2 babies under 5 and 1 under 1, and they're without electricity still, 72 hours. Just crazy. Somebody texted in and said that there's almost 2,000 poles that went down. They said, I guarantee you they did not have that many poles and stuff in stock. They didn't anticipate this.
Well, wasn't the number 154 to go yesterday?
No, it was more than that. It was like 211, I thought.
Poles?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's just, and we're getting ready to have another, snap. The good news is I think the damage, because has already been done.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything damaging like the slight chance of snow that we have later this week, Friday and Saturday. I don't think that's going to be damage related.
No, I don't think so either. I think it may, I don't even think, because The thing about snow is when the snow comes, like the cold snap is the thing that gives you that nastiness with the water, especially the freezing rain. But, snow, that really doesn't do it for you, right? You got a little humidity in there. That's what gives you the snow, so you should be okay. I don't think we're going to, but I don't even know if we're really going to get that much of it. There's a chance, like you said. It's the cold, though, that keeps the ice frozen.
Yes.
And that's the big issue right there for that.
And the longer it's staying on these trees, it's just weakening these trees even more. And frankly, it's harder to get, to clear frozen trees that are laying across roads.
Yeah, and so many of them. When I was talking to Chris, he said he was surprised at how many trees were down over here by the roundabout. And you saw him yesterday, too. It is bad. And when you look at some of the places they are, I saw ABC, Good Morning America today, was on one street, and it looked like one of those picturesque white Christmases, right? Because they had all those giant trees that I'm sure in the summer is amazing when you drive down it. And they were all down. And it was everything was frozen. And they're like, they can't even get through to repair this stuff.
Yeah.
I have a feeling some of you are going to have some issues still. And again, we continue to say this over and over. We like to have fun here. We goof around. We have all that good stuff. But if you know a neighbor, if you know somebody, and several of you have texted in the vulnerable situation where you don't, they give rides out to take you to a warming facility. So do not chance it by saying, I'm going to heat up my house with this stuff. Because Vanderbilt's reporting several poisonings. And, there's been, what are we at, 8 deaths so far?
Yeah, 8 deaths, 2 here in Davidson County, but a third possibly. It's still under investigation as to whether or not it's weather-related. And then one of the 8 deaths is also in Cheatham County.
Okay. So, yes, Bell.
Don't forget to pay your electric bill, though.
That's, somebody's like, why isn't my power on? It's like, because you haven't paid your bill. That's why. We're out here busting our butt. You haven't paid your bill. You haven't paid your bill. So we're going to keep this weather for foreseeable future. Ken's favorite weather, as we all know.
I love winter. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It is pretty to look at, but it sucks when all your power goes out, and it sucks when you can't get anywhere.
Yeah, I hate winter. I just hate it. I don't like it. Never have. Never will.
So
I know we got to have it. I know God made it, but I don't like it.
Well, you don't got to have it. I mean, there is.
Well, we do have to have snow in the mountains.
Yeah.
Because that turns into water.
It does.
And they need it out west. Out west, that's why snow out west is a big deal. Mm-hmm. Because that is what everybody's drinking.
Yeah.
Out west.
And they battle out there. You guys, Ken, you know this. Between Colorado, Arizona, California, everybody's fighting over water.
Yeah. Idaho, the entire west, the west fights for that water. And if you think your water bills are high here, go out, live out west and see what your water
How was your water bills in Idaho?
We had to stop watering our yard because we got a bill one month that was $450.
Whoa.
And that's whenever
you
I
could have
said,
gone a bunch of Evians and just poured it on your flats.
Yeah, exactly. And, a lot of folks in New Mexico, this is really smart. They just got rid of grass and you just xeriscape.
Yeah.
You live in a desert.
Yeah.
Just, you don't need a lush green lawn unless you can afford it.
Yes.
But your water rates are much higher in the West, where water is a valuable resource.
That's the when I was out I lived in Palm Springs, and so I rented a place. I was going to be there. I was like, I'm going to stay here for a month or two when I first moved out to Palm Springs. I might be here for a month or two. And then I'm going to find a place because I don't really know Palm Springs and all that stuff. And I rented this casita from this guy, and cool old man. And I stayed there for like 8 years. We were like boys. He was just the nicest guy in the world. But he lived in this, like our place where we lived was HOA. It was gorgeous, just insane.
Yeah.
Like my casita was bigger than a lot of people's houses. And this is when they're going through a massive drought. They're like, you guys can't water your lawn anymore. But then you're getting fined from the HOA.
Right. Yeah, because they want you to have a green, lush lawn.
Yeah. And so there was lawsuits all over the place. So then they came up with, we're going to give everybody like $10,000 to, like you said, desert-scape their yards because they wanted to get as many people off of natural grass as possible. I never had to worry about that in Arizona. We had no natural grass.
Yeah. Next time I live in the desert, because one of these days I do want to get back to the desert, Southwest. I'm not living north of I-40 ever again. But desert Southwest, I'm not going to have any grass. I'm going to have a nice desert yard.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy to take care of.
And it's easy to take care of.
So easy to take care of. What'd you do? Nothing. There was a piece of trash that blew by. I picked it up. That's about it. Sally said something. Most of her neighbors have gone to hotels. I was reading that today, that all of the hotels for a lot of places are completely packed out.
Well,
full capacity.
And that was one of the issues with these, people getting these alerts from NES that their power was back on. They left their hotel rooms.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that. I would double check. So if you get, you know what? If it's a husband and wife, have one of you drive over to make sure everything's on.
Exactly.
Have one of you drive over there. We got One Hit Wonder. We got a little White Woman Wednesday coming up as well. Got some of your text messages. All that straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. These women are white. And they are progressive and angry. And they're coming for us.
I'm at the coffee bar. She's live streaming from her car. Fair trade, tote, bread, New York's tea. Telling workers what they ought to be. Let me center your experience. She said. Speaking over everyone. Got a thread for every human sin. But blocks you if you don't chime in. It's White Woman Wednesday.
The whitest of the women, always out there telling all of us men how awful we are. We're in their crosshairs, if you will, and they're progressive and they know better, and that's the thing about them that makes them just way better than we are. But we were just talking about golf and water and all the West and all that kind of stuff. Listen to this. This one here is epically crazy, but not the first time I've heard this.
I don't care. Playing golf in the United States is fascist behavior. Using up all the water, using up all the land. It's real fashy. Abolish golf courses.
It's real fashy.
Fashy.
Just to let you guys know, it's real fashy. That's very fashy. What are you doing playing golf? Very fashy. I mean, look, it's weird when I go golfing, when I was in Phoenix and it's 115 degrees and there's water everywhere and the golf courses look gorgeous. Not going to lie to you, it feels a little weird, but you know what? I'll take it every day of the week. Every day of the week, I will take that. How do you feel, ma'am?
Every ICE agent is an incel, and every ICE agent who's a woman is a
That's how she feels. Wow. I know, right? This lady here.
Sounds like Maeve.
Sounds like Maeve. Does sound like Maeve. She doesn't hold anything back. Now, this young lady here, as we were just talking about, babies and all this kind of stuff, because we're not producing kids anymore. Trump, you can give a lot of money out and tell them they can wait for 18 years for a child they're never going to have because they can't afford it. But I can't tell if she's upset because her friends have kids and they don't have to go to protest because she wants that. Like she's doing some big sacrifice. And she's easy on the eyes. Look, I love a punk rock chick all day. But you're a they, them. I can already tell. Right? You're they, them, right? All sex is rape. You know what I mean? Like it's that. So I can't tell if she's upset because her friends have kids and they don't have to protest and she would like to be that way, or she's feeling like she's sacrificing for the protest.
At this point in time, with the current state of the world and specifically the country, maybe being single and childless is actually my biggest asset, in the sense that I don't have anything to lose and I don't really have anybody's life to up by fighting back against. I don't have anything to lose. I don't. So I'm not trying to sound like, oh wow, I'm gonna save the day, because I'm not. I'm just one person. All my friends who have children, they can't go to a protest and risk getting arrested or worse. They have people relying on them. So I guess those of us who don't, let's go.
I feel like she really wants to have a family, but like nobody's willing to go there with her. She's like, fine, I'll do it. I'll sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like she's Bruce Willis. Yeah, she pushes Ben Affleck out of the way so he can blow himself up. Come on, Harry. Fine, you guys. I'll do it. And I'm like, we'll have to go out because my friends all have kids and they're living their life, but there's me. Somebody texted in and said, the Bolsheviks make everything not fun.
That's true.
There is a great book out about Lenin, and one of the things in the book that they highlight is he had no sense of humor and hated happiness and laughter.
Who is this?
Vladimir Lenin.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Probably John Lennon a little bit too, but then he married her. Wow, that was a surprise.
Didn't he kill more people than the Holocaust
Yeah,
did?
he killed a lot of folks.
Well, actually, that was more Stalin.
That was more Stalin.
Stalin, yeah.
Stalin killed around 20 to 25 million.
Yeah. And by the way, they pale in comparison. Go look at, what's his name from Belgium, Leopold in Africa. He killed like 30 million Africans. Wow. Didn't care. I mean, so there's a lot of bad people out there, but don't worry, we got a lot of diamonds because of
Most of them are in government.
Yeah, most of them are. But the Bolsheviks, they're not happy. Everything's very serious. Maybe that's just it. Maybe you guys need to, maybe you guys need to have fun, right? Smile a little bit. Have a little laugh. Maybe you need to listen to One Hit Wonder Wednesday, which is straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk, 987. Matt's in the house. What's up, man?
Hello.
Are you ready to curl, dude? We're a couple weeks away from curling.
I'm very excited about the curling experience. Are we doing teams? What are we doing? Have we figured that out yet?
Yeah, I think we're going to do teams. And I don't know if we're going to talk.
You getting your teammate, one of your teammates, who's getting Ken? That's the big question. I mean, that's going to be a battle. That's going to be a battle royale.
You're doing this, Ken, so just deal with it like everybody else. We're doing it.
I mean...
or are we doing it with... are they giving us listeners who are going to participate?
I don't know.
I don't know. Here's my thing. I don't know how far I can get down and then get back up.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I want to do that squat thing.
I'll do the thing.
I'm
right?
going to do the screaming.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're screaming.
Sweep.
And then it boop. And then it slows down right. It turns right in there.
That's perfect. Yeah, because I'll do the sweeping.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I am too. Can I bring
Can
I bring my own broom?
I don't know that they're going to let you bring your own broom. I don't know that you want to bring your own broom.
What if I want to bring a big broom?
I mean, sure.
You know what's good news, guys, for all of you listening? We get 30 minutes to practice, and then they turn us loose with giant, huge, 50-pound curling things.
Is that how much they weigh?
I think they're 30 or 40. They're heavy, dude. They're way too heavy.
But they slide.
They do.
I did a lot of sliding this morning.
Well, the ice is very slidey.
Let me tell you, I'm finishing up because the storm has screwed us up. We're, believe
Did you
it
get your
or not,
internet back?
This endless move. This move that will never end. We've got the final stuff out of the storage unit, there's a little storage shed on our property that we were renting that we had some stuff in, and I'm trying to get that out. And oh my goodness, it's just an ice rink in the backyard.
How many boxes do you still have to unpack?
Oh, a lot.
Did the internet come back on?
No internet. Well, the cables. Everybody else's internet is fine, but our cable they cut like. It was
to fix everybody else. They sacrificed you.
Yeah, they sacrificed us for everybody else, but they haven't been out. But they're scheduled to come out on Saturday, so
we'll see. By the way, can you have them stop by Bell's house? Still can't get in his car.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit today because NES has some there's some questions that we want answers.
It's become a national story now.
Well, you know what? There's only so much of, hey, Columbia Power's done their job, Dixon Electric's done their job, Duck River Electric's done their job, MTE's done their job, Mount Pleasant Electric has done their job.
Bob, who has got 3 houses, his job's done.
But NES is like, we don't know. But they're going to talk to us at 5:05 this afternoon, so let's find out.
It's coming. Look at this. These guys have no idea what's going to happen. The Matt's going to crush their souls. Matt, straight ahead. You guys have a good one. We'll do it tomorrow.